albums because it's all I do all day, every day. And now my new favorite thing is to not be alone while I sign albums. Now my new favorite thing is to force you guys to go through it with me. So enjoy. I'll just jump in the chat and we'll hopefully just have some good talks and tell some stories and hang out and help pass the time while I'm doing this, man. So if you don't know, I guess I'm starting this live stream off in very poor fashion. I guess what I should be doing is letting you guys know, what's up, everybody? What I should be letting you guys know is autographed albums end in 48 hours. Oh, Kat is killing it for me already. Let me pin this in the chat. Boom, 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 boom. Pin message. Ding, Kat, you're such a G. Thank you. Autographed albums end in 48 hours, okay? And then I'm not autographing anymore, and then I'm done. I've been signing these things every day, every night, from sometimes 8 o'clock in the morning until fucking midnight. So I'm really excited to get these albums in your hands. I'm really excited to not have to sit here and sign albums all day. And I'm sure my girlfriend is ready to have me back living a normal life too. So just so you know, autographed albums, you got 48 hours, okay? You got until Thursday. After Thursday, I will never autograph another copy of this album ever again. So if you want an autographed album, go to hangovergang.com and get your autographed album now, okay? And the link is pinned in the chat. If you want to just click the link, you can go there and you can get your autographed copy. So how the hell is everybody? I've been seeing a lot of people who have ordered the big merch pack with the hat and the t-shirt and the flag and the license plate and all that stuff. Tons of people are getting their merch packs already, which is really, really cool. They're arriving at people's houses, which is awesome. Hyped to see it. There you go. Now you guys can see. I'm signing these things like crazy. So that's cool. It's starting to arrive at people's places, and I saw 2 people post their merch packs, and I immediately hit both of those people up, and I was like, what do you think of the album? What's your favorite song? Da-da-da-da-da, because I just cannot wait to hear what people think. So if you've got your album already, if it's already arrived at your house or you got your merch pack and you've listened to the record, you've listened to the album, please tell me your thoughts. Let me know what you think, man. I would really appreciate it. Somebody said the link doesn't work. I don't know. It works for some people and it doesn't work for other people. It depends if you're on desktop or mobile or what app you're using to watch this. It's just, it's always different. It works for some. Can people click the link and let me know if it works? I would really appreciate it, and just let me know, because I know that it works for some people and it doesn't work for other people and blah, 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 blah. And if the link doesn't work, you can just go to hangovergang.com. It's a very simple website address, and you've probably heard me say it in excess of 80,000 times over the past few years. So hangovergang.com, H-A-N-G, hangover, O-V-E-R, gang, G-A-N-G, hangovergang.com. And you can grab an autographed album. And I'm not gonna autograph another fucking copy after Thursday. So you have 48 hours to get your autographed albums, and then we're done. So go get them while you can. But yeah, I wrote this post last night, and I shot a little video talking about it today. You guys may have seen it. I posted a photo of like me when I was like, I don't know, 18 or 19, sitting on my couch, smoking a cigarette. I had my headphones on. I had a little piano next to me. I guess I was making beats or something in one of my old apartments. But, you know, make no mistake about it, man. I've had a lot of jobs in my life. I've had a lot of difficult jobs in my life. I worked construction for a long time. I was a framer. I did concrete. I was a heavy duty mechanic for a while. I was a scaffolder. I was a carpenter. I worked up north on the oil rigs for a bit. And I did it in the freezing cold and the blowing snow and the pouring rain and the blazing hot sun. And I did it when I was tired, and I did it when I was hungover, and I did it on weekends and Sundays and birthdays and holidays. I've had some tough jobs in my life, and I've worked really, really hard. And so it sounds a little bit funny, but autographing these albums is fucking hard work, man. Like it is mind numbing to sit here for 2 hours at a time to do one box. And sometimes I'm here for 10 hours at a time and I do 5 boxes. It's a tough gig, like sitting here and autographing your name over and over and over and over and over again. Like maybe it's not, you're not out in the elements. It's not as physically strenuous as, being a carpenter or being a mechanic or some of the other things I've done in my life, but it is tough, man. Like, and it's mostly like, it's a mental game. Like, it's just, I'm somebody that really enjoys working, and that I like to make progress. And I really like to make progress when I can make progress fast. And so sitting here and doing the same thing over and over and over again, it's just like tough on me mentally. But man, sometimes I'm sitting here and maybe I will start to take it like a little for granted. Because sometimes it's mind numbing and sometimes it's boring and sometimes it sucks. And I'm just trying to every time I have one of those thoughts, oh man, signing albums for 10 hours a day sucks. Man, it's the worst part of the job. It's so boring. It's mind numbing. Every time that I have these sort of intrusive thoughts start creeping in, I'm trying to remind myself, there was a kid, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, who would have given anything to have people who wanted his signature. That kid would have given anything to have people who wanted his album, to have fans that wanted his album, to have fans that wanted his signature. That kid would have done anything just to have fans, period. So every time I'm sitting here and I start having these cyclical negative thoughts in my head, I'm so bored, man, this is so mind numbing. My back hurts, my neck hurts, I wish I was doing something else, this sucks. Every time I start having those thoughts, I just try and think back to that kid and think about how badly he wanted this and how he would have done anything to be in this situation. So I'm just trying to, every time I'm getting down on it and I'm not enjoying it, I just try to think back to that kid and be grateful, man. Be grateful for me. I wish I could go back in time 20 years and tell that kid that everything's gonna be all right, but it's probably a good thing I can't, because if I could go back in time and tell that kid that everything's gonna be all right, he might have stopped working hard, he might have stopped being driven, he might have lost sight of the goal, and he might have fucked everything up. He probably would have. He almost fucked everything up as it was. So yeah, I just keep trying to think of that kid when I start getting down on myself, when I'm autographing these albums, and just be grateful on his behalf, and be grateful now for, living in the moment and enjoying it. My dad always told me, the worst thing that you can do in your life is wish time away. When you're doing something, when you're autographing albums, or you're going for a walk, or you're feeding your dogs, or you're at work, or when you're doing something that you don't necessarily want to be doing at the moment. When you're doing something that you might not enjoy at the moment, the worst thing that you can do is start looking forward to what you're gonna do next. You start looking forward to, man, I can't wait till this is done. I can't wait till this is over. I can't wait till I can leave. I can't wait until I can get home. And you start looking forward to these other things. And it's wishing the present moment away, and it's wishing time away. And it's like the worst thing that you can do, because there's one thing in our lives that we can't get back, and we can't get our time back. We can't get our experiences back. And the only way to truly live your life, to be present and be in the present moment and live in the now and appreciate all the moments, the good moments and the bad moments and the tough moments and the difficult moments and the fun moments. And you know, the worst thing you can do is wish that time away. So I'm just trying to be present. I'm trying to enjoy it. That's another great lesson my dad taught me. I'm trying to be present. I'm trying to enjoy it. And I'm trying to not just wish it away, like, oh, I can't wait until I'm done signing these albums, because then I'm gonna go record this song, or I'm gonna go do this other thing, or whatever. I'm just trying to be present. So, hold on. Hey, Nova! Nova! Is anybody in Nova's chat right now? Tell her to close her fucking door. All I can hear is her screaming. But hey, man, live in the present moment, appreciate it for what it is. And I'm just gonna autograph these albums, and I'm gonna hang out with you guys, and I'm gonna enjoy it. So, and if anybody wants an autographed copy of the new album, I stop autographing these things in 48 hours. 48 hours, the countdown is on. And then I'm never autographing another copy again. So if you want an autographed album, go to hangovergang.com. The link is pinned in the chat. Grab you an autographed album, and there's, you know, after Thursday, I'm never autographing another copy. I will never sign another copy of this album. So, hey, you guys relax. Close your door, please. Love you. There we go. Fucking boom. Appreciate it. Whoever let Nova know about that, I appreciate it. So, yeah, so the countdown's on, 48 hours. You got till Thursday. After Thursday, I'm never autographing another copy. So, please, go to hangovergang.com. I'll sign you a copy right now. I'll put it in the mail myself today. Grab your autographed copies. Dude, this shit is actually so fucking crazy, because I think I dropped my first, like, real album in, like, I don't know, 2012 or some shit. And dude, you guys want to hear a fucking hilarious story? I'll give you guys a good story. So in like 2012, I really started taking the music seriously. And I recorded this album. And I was broke as a joke. Oh, I gotta slide this over. I was broke as a joke, and I couldn't even afford to record it myself. And I think I borrowed like a couple grand from my dad or something. We had this big talk about like the value of money, and that he was gonna lend me a couple grand so I could get my CDs printed, and he was gonna help me out along the way, because like my dad really believed in me. Like my dad is my biggest fan. And honestly, like I was so fucked up when I was a kid, and I couldn't keep 2 pennies to rub together. I couldn't keep 20 bucks in my pocket. And I mean, you guys know my story, like the drinking and the partying and all the bullshit that happened in my younger years. Made my life really difficult. So I had to lean on my dad like pretty hard when I was a kid. And one of the things that he did for me was my pops loaned me like a few $1,000s. Trust me, he loaned me a lot more than that when I was a kid. But I was doing this album, and he loaned me like a couple $1,000s so I could have my CDs printed. And he was like, are you sure? Like I got 1,000 copies of this album, or 2,000 copies of this album back in 2012. And my dad was like, are you sure you're like gonna be able to sell these? Like, who are you gonna sell them to? Because I didn't really have fans at the time. Nobody knew who the fuck I was. I was making music in my apartment, and nobody was hearing it because nobody knew me. And my dad was like, okay, I'll give you the $3,000 or the $4 grand or whatever it is that I needed to print the 2,000 albums. But he said, you have to pay me back with the money that you make from selling these albums. And I was like, yeah, no problem. That's what we'll do. And he's like, who are you gonna sell the albums to? Because you don't have a fan base, and I wasn't big on social media, and nobody knew who the fuck I was. And I was like, you know what, Dad? I don't know. Like, I'm sure there's some people out there who like my music. I'll sell them albums. If I have to go stand down on the fucking street corner, I'll sell albums there. And that's what a lot of rappers used to do. They used to get their albums and they'd go stand on the fucking street corner with a little Discman, and people that were walking by, they'd say, that the rapper would say, hey, put these headphones on, listen to this album, blah, 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 blah. And if somebody listened to it and said, oh, this is dope, you're talented, then they'd try to sell them an album for $5 or $10. And I did that. I stood on street corners and tried to sell my fucking album. And newsflash, it didn't work very well. And even beyond like standing on street corners and selling those albums that my dad paid for, you know, out of 2,000 copies, I think I probably sold like 90 copies, which is pretty fucking good, really. For a kid who has no idea what the fuck he's doing, hey, relax. For a kid that has no fucking idea what he was doing at the time, who had no fans, whose primary source of selling albums was standing on the fucking street corner and telling his Facebook page of 2,000 friends that he's got a new album out now, I feel like 90 copies is pretty fucking good. But man, it was, hey, Naz, relax. Come here, sit here. And don't worry about what's going on outside. The squirrels aren't gonna hurt you. The birds aren't gonna steal your food. Just relax. Okay, young man? Okay, young man? But I feel like 90 copies was pretty fucking good. And man, it was like kind of fucking sad because obviously I couldn't get my dad back the money that he loaned me to make the CDs. And you know what I ended up doing with those albums? Those albums, like fucking 1,000 of them, are still in my storage right now. I've been thinking about pulling them out one day and then just, I don't know, giving them to you guys for free or some shit. I mean, what the fuck? They're just taking up space and storage. But what ended up happening with those albums was I lived in this little shitty basement suite on the east side of Vancouver, which is a very undesirable part of town. And I couldn't afford fuck all because I had no money. I couldn't afford food, or, you know, I was living with Brandon at the time, and I was pretty much relying on him to pay the rent because I didn't have no goddamn money. And if I did have money, it went to cigarettes or alcohol because I was a fucking loser. But I couldn't even afford furniture. So this is fucked up. I took all the boxes of that album that my dad paid for, all the boxes of albums that I couldn't sell because nobody wanted them, and I stacked them up in a big cube. I put all the boxes together in a giant cube, and then I threw a fucking blanket over it, and I used it as my table. For years, 20 boxes of my failed album covered in a blanket was my table. Trust me, every time that you eat a meal on a table made of cardboard boxes of your failed album, every time you eat a meal on that table, every time you sit a beer down on that table, anytime somebody else is sitting at your cardboard failed album table, it's a moment, dude. It really makes you question your life decisions. It really makes you wonder, should I be doing this right now? Am I cut out to be a musician if my last album that failed so badly ended up getting stacked in the living room and covered with a blanket and used as a table? Like, that's pretty fucked up. But that's what happened. That's what happened. And I don't know. Thank God I didn't give up. You know, I've since paid my father back many times over for those CDs, and retired mama, and got my sister working for me, and just thank God I didn't give up, because fuck, we'd never be here. I wouldn't have found you guys wouldn't have found me. I wouldn't have had my life saved by you. We wouldn't have had so many internet breaking, shattering videos that that I think have woken a lot of people up. Like we wouldn't have Hangover Gang. We wouldn't have the community that we have now. We all wouldn't have found each other. So even in the face of using my failed project, boxes of them, covered in a fucking sheet, even in the face of using that as my dining room table, I still never gave up. So if that's not a lesson in not giving up and persevering and keeping it going, keeping it moving and working hard, I don't know what is. That's like the greatest fucking lesson ever. And now we're here. And my brand new album, Proud to Be a Problem, just dropped a few days ago. You have 48 hours to get an autographed copy, and then I'm never signing another copy ever again. So get your autographed copies now at hangovergang.com. The link is pinned in the chat. I stop autographing these things on Thursday, and then they're done. So you can go to the website. It's pinned in the chat, hangovergang.com. You can go get an autographed album. There's still a few merch packs left. Go grab your stuff while you can. What a fucking wild ride, man. And you know what's crazy? I've been working so damn hard for fucking years. I love it when people are like, man, I worked so hard this week. And I'm like, man, I've been working so hard for 36 years. I'm tired. I need a lunch break. I need a recess. I need some time off. But I guess like especially since the album dropped, I've been working especially hard for the last week, for the last few days. So I'm having like a lot of friends reach out to me and they're like, dude, take a break. You deserve a vacation. Like, stop doing what you're doing, man. Enjoy it for 5 minutes. Like, rest, relax. Just take a break. And I was talking with my buddy about it last night. And it's just like, I have a really difficult time taking a break from anything for like just a whole bunch of different reasons. But I have a really hard time taking a break because, I mean, you guys know me, you know, I got mental health issues. I got really wicked anxiety and depression sometimes. So I try to keep my hands busy because you've heard the old quote, man, idle hands do the devil's work. So I try to not have any moments in my life where I'm sitting around not doing anything. I just try to stay working. I try to stay grinding. I try to stay pushing, autographing albums or shooting music videos or dropping albums or releasing songs or whatever, you know, I just try to stay busy. It's good for me. It's good for my mental health. And I really do enjoy it. Like, I love being a musician. I love connecting with you guys. I love releasing songs that speak to you. Like, I love it. So it's difficult to pull yourself away from something that you love. I haven't been too good at too many things in my life. Like I said, I was a construction worker, and I was a mechanic, and I was a carpenter, and I was a scaffolder, and I sold clothes. I worked in retail. I worked in a call center. I worked at a weed store. Like, I did a lot of things in my life. I played basketball, and I was only ever really good at two things. I was good at professional wrestling when I was a pro wrestler. And now I feel like I'm good at making music, and I'm good at doing it independently, and I'm good at getting it out to people, and I'm good at, I'm just good at this whole independent music grind. And I haven't been too good at too many things in my life. Only pro wrestling and music, really. So it's like, if I stop doing this, and if I take a break and take some time to relax, it's like, there's not really too many other things that I'm good at doing, and there's not really too many other things that I enjoy doing. I've only ever really enjoyed being a pro wrestler, and I've only ever really enjoyed being a musician. So to take a break or to relax or to press pause for a minute and take some rest time, it's like torture for me. Like, when I take a vacation, which I haven't taken in years and years and years and years, but when I take a vacation or I take time off, all I can think about is getting back to work and what I'm gonna do when I start working again. I'm like looking forward to it because I love it. And this goes back to our initial conversation about not wishing time in your life away, being present, living in the moment, and being in the now, and appreciating the what's happening presently instead of looking forward to something else. But I have a really hard time like relaxing or resting or going on vacation because I'm just looking forward to getting back to being a musician and getting back to work because I just love it so much. So I end up ruining my rest time and ruining my vacations and ruining my breaks and ruining my downtime, because the entire time I feel guilty for not working, and I'm looking forward to working, and I'm wondering, oh man, should I be working right now? There's all this stuff I could be doing and I'm not doing it. I have this to-do list that's 10 miles fucking long, and it's just getting longer. The longer I take a break, the longer I take a vacation, the longer I rest, the bigger my to-do list is. So I just keep working and keep working and keep working. And you know, it's also like, I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there who disagree. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who disagree. But I feel like a lot of my music has been really informative and has exposed people to different perspectives and different points of view. And it's forced people to have discussions that they normally wouldn't have. And it's sparked conversations that wouldn't have occurred otherwise. And I feel like a lot of my music has really like woke a lot of people up. Like I get messages from people all the time that say, hey man, I used to be this or I used to be that, and I started listening to your music and now I see the world in a completely different way and I appreciate it. So, you know, it's not like I'm gonna fucking save the world. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna accomplish world peace. I'm not gonna make a difference that echoes throughout the universe, through all the fucking annals of time. You know, I'm not gonna save the world. But I know that I am having an effect on some people, and I know that I'm waking some folks up. And that's not like a responsibility that I take lightly. So it just feels like for every moment that I'm not writing music, for every moment that I'm not releasing music, that's time that I could be spending attempting to wake another person up, or attempting to make another person feel better. Or attempting to inform somebody and show them a perspective and a point of view that they might not have about the world. You know, I make a lot of political music and a lot of stuff about current events and a lot of stuff about the system and the way the world works. And those messages are important and they're reaching people. And it feels like every moment that I'm not working, those messages aren't reaching people. And that weighs on me heavy, because I feel like that's a big fucking responsibility. And it's something that I need to keep up with and stay on top of. And then beyond that, it's like I make a lot of music about mental health. I make a lot of music about addiction. I make a lot of music about staying strong and being a fighter and pushing forward and fighting the system and keeping your chin up even when the world's beating you down. And I know from my own personal experience, there's a lot of people out there having bad fucking days. There's a lot of people out there having a bad fucking time, who are struggling, who are standing on the edge of a cliff and are just contemplating if they want to jump or not. And like fucking who knows, man, if I would have made the right song, if I would have released the right song at that moment, if that person could have heard one of my past songs, maybe it fucking, you know, people tell me that I save their life all the time. I don't know if they're being honest or not. I don't know if that's just something that they're saying because they like my music or, you know, or if I actually legitimately save their life. But I feel like a song can save somebody's life. It can. Music is a universal language. It can save somebody's life. And I mean, even if it's not as drastic as saving somebody's life, the right song can take a really shitty day and turn it into not such a bad day. The right music can take somebody that's depressed or anxious or unwell, and it can put a smile on their face. So, you know, it's just another reason why I hate taking a break from my work, because I know what having a bad day feels like. I know what struggling feels like. I know what being anxious and depressed feels like. I know what it feels like to need the right song, to need the right music, to need the right soundtrack to my life, to turn my day around or put a smile on my face or get the rain out of my head. And every moment that I'm not working and every moment that I'm not writing and getting albums out to people, it just feels like, fuck, I'm doing those people a disservice as well. So I just work and work and work and work and work. And then selfishly, another reason why I'm just working all the fucking time is because 7 years ago, like, I lived in South Central and I had fucking nothing. and it was terrible. And Nova and I lived there together, and it was fucking awful. Like, you guys have heard the stories a million times. We couldn't afford groceries and our rent at the same time. Like, we did all of our shopping for clothes at Goodwill. Like, we did all of our groceries at the 99-cent store. Like, we were the ones using the government cheese that wouldn't melt in the microwave. It just turned black. Like, we lived with fucking battery powered lights in our house because our power was always cut off. So we had to use battery powered lights to see in the house. Like, I came from not long ago having absolutely fuck all. And I'm not a guy who needs more. You know, I don't need more houses. I don't need a bigger house. I don't need more cars. I don't need a faster car. I don't need jewelry. I don't need any of that shit. I don't need more. And a lot of people get caught up in that, especially in this industry. They want more. And it's just never enough. And it's this endless chase of money and material belongings and cars and luxury this and fucking whatever. But I'm not the guy that needs more. I'm the guy that came from absolutely nothing, and I just don't want to go back to having nothing at all. I don't need more. I just don't want to go back to having absolutely fucking nothing. And I have like PTSD from that, I think, honestly. So I just work my hands to the bone and work harder. And when I think I'm working as hard as I've ever worked, I try to work harder than that. Because I just don't want to go back to living that life. It was a really lucky chance. It was a stroke of luck. I shouldn't have ever got out of that situation. I shouldn't have ever got out of that environment. And I don't know what it was, if it was my hard work or if it was God or if it was luck or it was a combination of the three, but it wasn't looking very good for me. So the fact that I even got out of that situation to begin with is fucking crazy. And the chances of that happening were like almost impossible. So now that I've been blessed with the opportunity to escape that, I just want to make the most of the opportunity, and I don't want to squander it, and I don't want to screw it up and then go back to having nothing and then feel so guilty that I was given this chance, that God gave me this opportunity, that the universe opened up and allowed me to take a run at things. And then if I fuck that up, I'll just never forgive myself. So I just work. And that's why I don't take a break, man. All of the reasons I just talked about. And I've had so many friends this week just reach out to me and be like, dude, like, slow down. Like, you're going so hard right now. Just relax, enjoy it. Like, you've made it, bro. Just like chill out, take a break. And I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that people have noticed that I'm working super hard. But it's all I know how to do, man. It's literally all I know how to do. So, and if you want to see what all the hard work sounds like, grab your autographed copy of my new album, Proud to Be a Problem. You can grab it at hangovergang.com right now. I stop autographing these albums on Thursday. Then there will be no more autographed copies. You got 48 hours to get an autographed copy from hangovergang.com. And I just, I think a lot of people get annoyed by the constant, hey, go to hangovergang.com, get an autographed album, da-da-da-da-da. But there's people that are joining this live stream like all the time that, missed the beginning and maybe missed the other times that I said that. So I gotta tell people, man. I gotta tell people. And like, I get a lot of flack for that. You guys know that. I get a lot of criticism all the time for promoting my stuff so hard and pushing it so hard and constantly reminding people like, hey, grab an autographed album or download this song or whatever. People get like really annoyed at me for doing that. Like, they don't understand that, hey, just because I love doing what I'm doing, just because I love being a musician, doesn't mean that I can't sell my albums or make a buck off a t-shirt. Like, videos and shit are expensive. Like, I have to generate income somehow so I can continue shooting music videos and press these albums and shit. If I don't tell you guys, hey, go get my autographed album at hangovergang.com. If I don't tell you guys that, guess what's gonna happen to these albums? They're gonna stay in the boxes, and I'm gonna put a blanket over them, and I'm gonna have to use them as a fucking table again. And if I have to take a failed album, all the extra copies I didn't sell, and make a table out of them and cover it with a blanket for a second time in my life, I give up. I quit. I can't do that. So, you know, if you don't want me eating my lunch on a table built from boxes of albums that didn't sell, go to hangovergang.com, you little bastards. And that's what I call my dogs. You little bastards. That's always what I say. Go to hangovergang.com and grab an autographed copy. I stop autographing in 48 hours. 48 hours. That's it. And then they're done forever. So grab your autographed album before Thursday and you're good to go. You got 2 days left and that's it. You little bastards. That's what I call my dogs. Every time Naz comes into a room, I'm like, what are you doing, you little bastard? So I'm not actually calling you guys bastards. It's a term of endearment. That's what I call my dogs. And I love my dogs probably more than anything on earth, so. But yeah, people get upset at me all the time, like for just promoting and pushing my shit. And it's just like, man, like, do you even understand like the fucking sacrifices that I've made? Like, even just in terms of time, like how much time and energy I've spent on making music and all the sacrifices my parents have made and my sister and my girlfriend and everybody around me. Everybody sacrificed so much so that I could get to this point in my life. And, you know, I missed tons of things. I've missed weddings, I've missed holidays, I've missed time with my girlfriend and dates, and I've missed a ton of shit because I've been working way too damn hard on the music stuff. And like I have to do myself justice. I have to do my family justice, and I have to do my girlfriend justice. And everybody's worked so hard together. Like, you guys know that my family and I are the only people here at Hangover Gang. Like, there is no record label, there's no manager, there's no marketing department, there's no distribution or PR, publicist, or any of that shit. Like you guys know how independent it is over here. I write all the songs, I make all the beats, my girlfriend shoots all the music videos, we distribute our own music. These albums that I'm autographing right now, I will put into the mail myself. My sister will help me put them into the mail. My parents help me pack albums. My sister and my brother-in-law help me pack albums. Like, you guys know how independent it is over here and how hard my entire family has to work to keep up with getting these CDs out to you guys and helping me move lights and carry gear on music video sets and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So, like, I have to do everybody justice. I wouldn't be doing everybody justice if we worked so damn hard on these music videos, and I worked so damn hard on these albums, and we worked so damn hard to get the merch out, and da-da-da-da-da, and then I didn't promote it. Like, that's just crazy. Like, it's just crazy. And people want to act like you're not allowed to tell people to buy your album. Like, bro, like, what? I don't have a fucking billboard in Times Square. I don't have a fucking spot on the radio promoting my shit. I don't have a billboard on the side of the fucking highway. I don't have a commercial on TV. I don't have an ad in a magazine. I don't have fuck all. I don't have a record label pushing my shit out. I don't have a manager creating opportunities for me. I don't have fuck all. It's just me. I'm autographing my own fucking albums. I work with my mom, okay? I work with my mom. One of the biggest independent artists in the world works with his mom and his sister and his brother-in-law and his dad and his girlfriend and his dogs, and that's it. So you know, if I don't tell people, hey, go get the album at hangovergang.com, if I don't tell people, who the fuck's gonna tell people? My dogs don't speak English. I wish you guys did speak English because you're so fucking adorable. You'd probably sell some albums. The dogs don't speak English. I can't fucking tell my parents to use their social media to sell my fucking albums unless I'm exclusively trying to sell albums to my fucking aunt, my uncle, and my cousins, because that's the only people on their Facebook pages. I can't tell my sister to promote the album because she's busy packing envelopes. It's me. It all comes down to me. It has to come down to me. And, I mean, even if I had the opportunity, autograph copies, 48 hours left. I stop autographing Thursday, hangovergang.com. Let's go. Click the link in the chat. Let's go. Get your autograph copy. That was just for the people who hate it when I do promo. But fuck, I think even if I had the opportunity to have like a marketing firm or an advertising business, or, you know, if I had somebody else that could, see, that's like one of the big things in sales. Did you guys know this? You've probably never heard about this before, but I was like, when I was like 16 or 15, I was working in a call center, like where you were on the telephone, you're like cold calling people all fucking day long. I forget what we were selling. I only worked there for like 2 days and I quit because I couldn't fucking stand it. But they're like, one of the things they told me was, do you know why it's so important for other people to sell your shit for you? Because like, if you just look at shit like Gatorade, you know, in the Gatorade commercials, it's not like, hi, I'm the guy that owns Gatorade and we make the best sports drink ever. You should fucking buy it. You should drink it, because that doesn't fucking work. Because of course, the guy that owns Gatorade is gonna tell you that they make the best fucking sports drink ever and they want you to fucking drink it. So they don't do that. So in their commercials, they show like athletes and other people drinking it and being like, wow, this is amazing. This is so great. Hey, have you tried the new Gatorade? It fucking replenishes your electrolytes and blah, 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 blah. So they sell their product by having other people enjoy it publicly. You know, they give it to athletes. So when you're watching an NBA game, the basketball players are drinking Gatorade on the sidelines, or the NHL guys are drinking Gatorade, or the football guys are dumping Gatorade on each other's head. That's the primary marketing format for these big companies. They, instead of saying, hey, buy our stuff because it's the best, they have other people that folks look up to enjoy their product in public spaces, and then people say, hey, fuck, man, Kobe Bryant was drinking this shit, or fucking Tim Tebow was drinking this, or whatever. That's awesome. I love that guy, so I'm gonna drink Gatorade too. And that makes sense. I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, even if I had the opportunity to have a marketing firm or to have an advertising firm do commercials or run ads or sell my albums for me, that would be great, because maybe I'd sell a lot more copies. I don't know. But I don't know if I'd do that. I don't know if I'd take that opportunity, because like a big part of it for me is like, yeah, maybe it sucks that I have to say like, hey, grab my autographed album at hangovergang.com. It's the best album I've ever made, and da-da-da-da-da. Like, because maybe some people are like, well, of course you want me to buy it. It's your album. Of course you think it's the best album because you made it. Like, so I get it. Like, and maybe that's a problem. Maybe there's a disconnect there between me and people, but I don't know if I had the opportunity, if I would take somebody else promoting my album for me or advertising it or running commercials, because it's just like, I guess at some point, if you're as big as Gatorade, you kind of have to like relinquish your control and have somebody else sell your shit for you. But for me, it's like, I don't want anybody else selling my albums for me. I don't want anybody else promoting my albums for me. I don't want anybody else doing commercials for my album for me. Because it would be fucking impossible to find somebody else that works for a marketing firm or works for an advertising firm. It would be impossible to find somebody else that cares about this album the same way that I care about this album. And how could I trust somebody else who doesn't care about this the same way that I care about this to do this album justice? How can I trust somebody to do that? Like, it just feels like impossible to me. It's like all of this shit that's happening, I'm autographing albums, I'm putting them in the mail myself, I'm shooting all my music videos with my girlfriend, I'm distributing my own music with no record labels, I'm independent. I'm only doing it that way because I fucking care, because I give a shit about the music, and I give a shit about the music videos, and I give a shit that when somebody gets this album in the mail, they know that it literally came from me, came from my hands before it reached your hands. So maybe I care too much. Like, maybe I'm supposed to just relinquish control a little bit and let somebody else in order to grow things and sell more albums or whatever. But I'm such a control freak. Like, there's no record label involvement. There's no fucking Hollywood bullshit. There's no music industry, nothing. And they have all the money in the world and all the resources in the world, and they can help you do this, and they can show you how to do that, and they can open up doors for you that you couldn't open yourself, and they can blow your music up and get it promoted and reach millions of more people and da-da-da-da-da-da. But like, there's no way that they can care about this shit as much as I care about this shit. And I don't want somebody who doesn't care about this as much as I do promoting it or speaking on my behalf or trying to sell it or anything like that. It just feels fucked up. I'd rather just do it myself. If I have to sit here and sign fucking albums for 20 hours a day, if I have to get a megaphone and scream from the fucking rooftops downtown, if I have to put on a silly mascot costume and go walk up and down Hollywood Boulevard, if I have to stand on the street corner and sell CDs out of my fucking backpack, I would rather do that because I care about it and I give a shit, and at least I know that passion is coming through when people are being told about the album. But whoops, sorry. The phone fell. There you go. Oh, I don't know. I just feel like this is the way to do it. It's the way that I want to do it. And I started my career independent, and I'm gonna finish it the same way. And I don't know, who fucking knows? Maybe I could have been bigger. Maybe I could have sold more albums. Maybe I could have got more views. Maybe I could have did a lot of things if I would have just allowed some people in and allowed people to help out. But you know, I'm like I said, I'm not afraid of hard work. I'm fine doing it myself, and I'd rather it was just done by me and my family, and that's just the fucking way I want to do it, man. And honestly, I don't even think, because of some of the music I've made a lot of really politically charged, quote unquote, controversial, offensive music. Like, I don't even know if a fucking record label or anything at this point could help. Like, the world is so fucking woke washed. Like, they already have made up their minds what they think about me and what they think about my music and shit. So maybe reaching 10 million more people would get more eyes on my shit, but maybe 9.9 million of those people have already made up their mind about me and fucking hate me and don't like my music anyways. So fuck it. I'll just do it myself. I'll do it for the people that I know love my music. I'll do it for the people that I know feel the same way as I do about the world, who believe in my message, and that's who I'm gonna do it for, and I'm gonna do it my motherfucking self. Speaking of doing it all myself, did you guys hear? There's only 48 hours left. You got 48 hours, and then that's it to get an autographed album. I stop autographing Thursday. We got 48 hours. You got 2 days. You got less than 2 days. If you want an autographed copy of my new album, 23 brand new songs, it's fucking amazing. Best album I ever made. I will autograph it, I'll put it in an envelope, and I'll send it to your motherfucking house today. Go to hangovergang.com, get your autographed copy before I stop autographing them in 48 hours. Hangovergang.com, the link's pinned in the chat. Nailed it. I'm really good at sneaking the website in just fucking constantly, dude. Constantly, dude. Have you guys noticed how much faster? I don't know if you guys were here the other day, but I was autographing albums like fucking, I don't know, 2 days ago on live. Have you guys noticed how much faster it's going today? Because the last time that I was autographing albums, I think I showed you, they were just like the sleeves of the albums. Like this album, whoa, almost dropped my phone again. This album has the CDs in it. Boop. So they're a lot easier to sign. You can hold them in your lap. They're not all flimsy because it's just a CD case. These are a lot easier to sign, and they're a lot easier to stack, and they're a lot easier to put in boxes, and there's less of them because you can't fit, you know, 1,500 CD sleeves in the box. Once there's CDs in them, you can only get about like 750 in a box. So this is probably gonna take about half the time that it took 2 days ago. And if I look at the clock right now, we're at 51 minutes. So we've almost been here for an hour, and we signed twice as many CDs, not yesterday, but the day before, and it took 2 hours and 20 minutes. So this is half that amount of albums, and we're literally gonna wrap it up in about half the time, which is kind of fucking cool. Oh, I'll show you guys this in a sec. This is fucking crazy over here. I should probably take some photos with it. There's a massive stack of autographed albums here. Like, it's crazy. So I think I told you, or you may have saw the video I posted today. Did anybody see the video I posted today when I went to Capitol Records in Hollywood and stood out front of their building and fucking trolled them for an hour? And I also went to Universal Records earlier this week, and I stood out front of their building and I trolled them for like an hour too. And then when we were at Universal talking shit about Universal music, the security guard came out and there's like this big fucking globe out front of Universal Music, and security came out and tried to say that we were climbing around in the globe and tried to kick us out because of it, which was fucking bullshit. It's because I was screaming about P. Diddy right in front of their fucking building, and they didn't like that. But then we went to fucking Capitol Records, not yesterday, but the day before, and they fucking tried to kick us out of there too. They got a parking lot. They got 2 parking lots, one across the street from the record label and one attached to the record label. And the fucking security was like, "You gotta get out of here, man." And I was like, "Who the fuck are you? Like, what authority do you have? Shut the fuck up. Like, I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna film my video and you can kiss my fucking ass. And so can Capitol Records. Fuck you guys." They're always trying to kick us out because they know what they're doing. I think they might know my face. Maybe they know who I am. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But they see me out in the parking lot screaming and yelling about fuck record labels, and they fucking hate it. 2 record labels in 2 days, and they both tried to kick us out. Like, what the fuck? Why do record labels have such airtight fucking security? Like, it's fucking crazy. But I said in the video, like, it's fucking hilarious, man. Like, Capitol Records is like the home of Sam Smith. Like, Sam Smith is signed to Capitol Records. And like, Capitol Records is like a 30 fucking story building. There's like 30 floors, and it's a massive building. And that whole fucking building is just full of people thinking up ideas for musicians and figuring out how to brand and market and do all this shit for musicians. And it's just like, I don't know if you guys have stayed tuned to Sam Smith's career. This motherfucker's walking around in a fucking garbage bag. He's walking around in a fucking balloon costume. He's fucking dressing up like the devil in fucking fishnet stockings on the Grammy stage. Like, this guy's walking around in booty shorts with a giant stick. He looks like a gay wizard. Like, it's insane. It took 30 fucking floors and thousands of fucking music industry executives to come up with these dumb fucking ideas? It's fucking insanity. What are you paying these people? What fucking resume did they show to work here? Because outside looking in, it looks like nobody has a fucking clue what the fuck they're doing. It's insane. And it's just crazy that it takes 30 floors and fucking 10,000 people with 95,000 combined pronouns to come up with the worst fucking ideas for musicians on earth. Fucking record labels are so fucking out of touch. So, you know, I don't need a big wooden staff and some booty shorts and fucking 30 floors of morons that work at a record label to drop my album or drop my music fucking videos. All I need is me. Independent bitch. I'm autographing albums for 48 hours. That's it. And then they're done. You have till Thursday to go to hangovergang.com and get an autograph copy. I might go to another record label today. For real. I was at Def Jam, I was at Republic, I was standing out front of Interscope. There's got to be some more record labels around here. I know where Columbia is, but they don't have a sign. Sony doesn't have a good fucking sign. Maybe I'll cruise over to Atlantic today and I'll stand out front of Atlantic and I'll talk shit about them. And they can try to kick me off the fucking premises. Like, it's so fucking crazy. Like, bro, I'm on the fucking sidewalk in front of your record label and you're trying to kick me out of here. This is a public fucking space, you moron. Like, what are you doing? Shut the fuck up. Crazy. Oh. They only let you inside a record label. I said this in the video. The reason why they hate it so much is because we're not supposed to be there. And they definitely don't want me there. But you can only get inside a record label if you have a meeting. And guess what? I don't have a meeting. And I don't have a meeting because I didn't let P. Diddy fuck me. So that's why I don't have a meeting. And that's why I'm standing on your sidewalk instead of in your front lobby talking my shit. And I'd be willing to wager that even if I went in your front lobby without a meeting, you'd have a hell of a time getting me out of there. Because I'm fucking feisty, and I'm wiry, and I don't have a bone in my body that was built for giving up. So I feel like just like record labels, dear record labels, just be fucking thankful that I'm on your front sidewalk and that I'm standing outside your building. Because I could be a much bigger problem for you. If I decide to walk up, I know a lot of people that fucking work there. I could start name dropping and say that I'm here for a meeting with so-and-so. And then maybe you buzz me in. And guess what? After you buzz me into the record label, you never, ever buzz me out. I either decide to leave or I'm fucking there forever. So just be grateful, man. Just be grateful I'm on your sidewalk and I'm not standing on the desk in your front lobby. You know? I feel like I'm doing you guys a fucking favor, record labels. And I don't have very many favors to give, especially to scumbags that work at record labels. And I feel like I'm doing you guys a favor right now. So just let me do my fucking thing. Let me take my photos. Let me give you the finger. Let me shoot my videos about how fucking whack you are. And just be glad I'm not in the lobby pissing in your ferns, dude. Because I could be pissing in your plants. I could be filling up your plant pots with piss. So just be happy that I'm not doing that. Okay? This whole thing is about coexisting. Everybody can coexist. Everybody can release albums. Everybody can be an artist if they want. I just don't like the way that record labels go about it, so I'm just going to keep doing shit my way. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go out to another record label today and I'll shoot another one of those funny videos because I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I do get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Call me bitter. And maybe I am. Maybe I'm bitter. Maybe I got a chip on my shoulder. But it just feels like the fucking record labels have treated me and so many other artists like shit over the years. And it's so funny because when I was a kid and I used to think you needed a record deal, they used to tell me all the time that I didn't have it. Like, what the fuck is it, bro? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't have it? Is it code for P. Diddy's wiener in my butt? Is that what I don't have? Because that's never happened. Is that the it that I don't have? What is it? What is that? But they used to say that all the time. You don't have it. You're not exactly what we're looking for right now. Oh, what are you looking for? Somebody that you can fucking easily manipulate and control and tell what to do and just use as the face on the poster while you guys make all the music and control the messaging and all the other bullshit? Is that what you're looking for? Because in that case, you're exactly right. I'm not what you're looking for. But it's just funny that years ago when I was a young artist, that's the shit that they used to say. You don't have it. You're not exactly what we're looking for right now. And now, guess who's got it? Guess who's exactly what the fuck they're looking for? This guy. And I know that because they email me and they say, hey, you should come here for a meeting and we'd love to talk to you. And you know, Tom, if you want to go to the next level, we could take you there. Because you can't do it all by yourself forever. It takes a village, Tom. They fucking love saying that. Trust me. If you know somebody that's had a fucking conversation with a record label before, they've heard that. You can't do it all by yourself forever. It takes a village. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. You just want me to be part of your little fucking village, and so you can control what I'm doing, and you can build me a little fucking mud hut out of some wet dirt and grass over there in the fucking corner, and you can keep me a secret from the world if I don't do what you tell me to do. So no, it doesn't take a fucking village. One man can change the world. One man is fully capable of making music and releasing an album and being a successful musician. You don't need a record label. It's fucking bullshit. The whole thing is a fucking scam. Trying to brainwash people into thinking that we fucking need them. We don't need them for shit. I gotta stop talking about record labels on live stream. It just pisses me off. But it's funny because they used to say all that shit to me. You're not good enough. We don't like what you're doing. Like blah 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 blah. And now they're like, oh yeah, it'd be great to have a meeting. Like maybe we should jump on a call sometime. Do you have Zoom, Tom? Could we jump on a Zoom chat? How about you Zoom the fuck out of my inbox, you fucking dumbass. You didn't want me at my lowest, and you're not gonna get me at my highest, okay? So, it doesn't take a village. Or maybe it does take a village, but my village isn't full of fucking old dudes in suits and ties who think that they're in touch with the youth, who think that music is just a vehicle to sell fucking headphones and sell alcohol and bullshit. That's not what my village is full of. My village is full of people who found me over the years, who liked my music, who respected my message, who agreed with what I was saying. My village is full of people that have wanted to have a voice their entire life and were never graced with that opportunity. And now I have the responsibility and the honor to speak for those people. That's who my village is. Sorry, I got a phone call. My village is full of those people, not record label executives who think that music is just some expendable business opportunity and an easy venture to fucking make a buck. So, and I know a lot of you guys are in that village with me, man, and I appreciate it. And if you're in the village and you want an autographed copy of my new album, I am autographing albums for 48 more hours. Autographed albums end Thursday. I will never autograph another copy of this album after Thursday. So if you want an autographed copy, go to hangovergang.com, get your autographed copy, support independent. You got 48 hours to do it. Check this out, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 albums. And we've just signed 750. Tom MacDonald 1, Tom MacDonald 2, Tom MacDonald 3, Tom MacDonald 4. Now we got 12 left or whatever the fuck it is. Tom MacDonald, Tom MacDonald. We'll make the last one in this stack a really special one. That's what I've been doing. After I get through an entire box of albums, I try and make the last one that I sign out of that box like a really cool special one. So we'll do that right now. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're all really cool and really special, but we'll make this one extra cool and extra special. So there. Okay, this is the last album right here. What should we do? Let me grab a different color marker. I got them right here. One sec. I've been signing the other ones in silver. I'm going to sign this one in black. So let's do this. Tom MacDonald. All right, Hangover Gang. Hangover Gang. And up top, we will say, fuck the music industry. That seems like that was the theme, right, of the chat today. And then what else should I do? Hold on, I'll do little block letters over here. H O G. There we go. That's the last album out of the box. Fuck the music industry. Tom MacDonald, Hangover Gang, HOG. Boom. So that's a dope one. If you get an album today, I'm putting it in the mail today. If you get this album, you have to post it online, okay? All the special ones that I'm doing, I want to see them. So if you open up your envelope and this motherfucker comes out of it, you have to post it online, or you have to DM me, you have to hit me up, you have to get a hold of me, you have to send me an email. Let me know if you get this copy, okay? So I'm gonna pack all of these albums in this box. And then I'm going to go to the post office. I'm going to put these things in envelopes and I'm going to send them to you guys. So if you want an autographed copy, go to hangovergang.com. You have 48 hours. 48 hours left to get an autographed copy and then they're done, okay? Hangovergang.com. The link is pinned in the chat. I'm going to box these things up, put them in mailers and take them to the post office. Get your autographed albums before Thursday, then they're gone. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, man. This is the most difficult, mind-numbing part of my job. But like I said, I'm just gonna keep reminding myself of that kid who would have given anything to have fans who wanted his signature. He would have given anything to have fans who wanted his album. He would have given anything to have fans because he had nothing, man. So I'm just gonna keep thinking of that kid every time this starts to feel overwhelming and monotonous and boring and whatever. I'm just gonna keep thinking of that kid and I'm gonna keep being grateful. And man, from the bottom of my heart and from that kid, the bottom of that kid's heart that wanted this so badly all those years ago. I love you guys. Thank you so much. It's Hangover Gang forever. I appreciate and I love every single one of you. Get your autographed albums before Thursday, hangovergang.com. Have an absolutely wonderful afternoon, guys. I love you. Bye.